Culture. We were looking to the basic concepts. So the F point is the culture. Culture is a Latin word which came from the word cultura, meaning growing or cultivation. Culture means the custom, ideas, beliefs, etc. of a particular society, country. The people share their culture with each other. Culture helps to bring families, friends together and enables the people to reconnect with others. Culture is a way of a life, of a group, of a people, the behaviors, beliefs, values, and symbols that accept generally without thinking without them. Culture is a symbolic communication, and the major elements of the culture are symbol, language, norms, values, and artifacts. Language is one of the important factors. Language makes effective social interaction possible and influence how the people interact with and understand each other. Types of culture. Material culture. Example like things, man-made things like buildings, statues, bridge. The things which we can see, touch are called material culture. Non-material culture, the things which we cannot see, touch are called non-material culture. Examples like norms, rules, ideologies, thought, beliefs are called as non-material culture. Counterculture, the tradition, things which are against our tradition culture are called counterculture. Counterculture is against the tradition culture. Subculture, in subculture, in these groups, they have their specific rules, norms, tradition, culture, etc. Example is ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. They have their own rules, norms, and traditions. Ideal culture, in perfect behavior, rules, tradition are carried out in the ideal culture. And six is the real culture. The standards and values of society actually has instead of pretends or tries to have. So these are the six types of culture. Next is the characteristics of culture. Culture cannot be taught by the biological means. By listening, reading, observing only, we can understand the culture. Culture is shared through symbols, language, technology, books, norms, values, artifacts. Man-made culture like marriage ceremonies, funeral, birthdays. Every culture has different beliefs, rules, and methods. Culture is adaptive. According to the time condition, the man adopts culture. Culture is a unique. With every generation, culture technology changes from time to time. Culture is a family oriented. Function of culture always depends on the situation and condition. Culture teaches us basic manners. It shapes personality. Personality development is possible, but culture also sets the limitations for freedom. It teaches right and wrong. It teaches us that all are equal. It can also be a troubleshooter. Status. The status is the position of the person holds in society. According to that status, the person have their role, work, duty, position, power. The behavior always depends on the status of that person. Status is the social position given by the society company to that person. Six factors that determine status: birth, position, personal qualities, personal achievement, power, and authority. A role. Now, status and role are connected to each other. This is the meaning of status. And what is role? Role is the set of norms, values, behaviors, and personality characteristics attached to that status. Prestige. A person can earn prestige by his or her own achievements, which is known as achieved status. Now, in status, there are two types: achieved and ascribed. Ascribed means is status is a term used in sociology that refers to the social status a person is assigned at a birth or assumed involuntarily, hereditary later in a life. It is a position that is neither earned, given, chosen, it is assigned to anybody. Means ascribed status is assigned to anybody, means without any personal effort. The position is given to that person. It is called ascribed status. Factors depend Factors necessary for ascribed status are gender, age, appearance, race, social group, caste, and kinship. Next is the achieved status. Achieved status is a person that can acquire on the base of the merit, hard work, personal efforts by his own talent. He achieves his success. Achieved status needs the personal skills, abilities, efforts. Example Lal Bahadur Shastri earned his status on the basis of his hard work and intelligence. So he became the second Prime Minister of India. He promoted the White Revolution, a national campaign to increase the production and supply of milk by supporting the Amul Milk Cooperative of Anand, Gujarat, and creating the National Dairy Development Board. Means here we can see because of the hard work of Lal Bahadur Shastri, he becomes second Prime Minister. So it is the best example for the achieved status, and factors depend for the achieved status are ability, efficiency, social status, skills, hard work and characteristics. Difference is that ascribed status can change from time period condition. So it is a flexible and can change from time to time, but achieved status is rigid, it cannot be changed, and it doesn't change from time to time. Achieved status. Next is the role. Role is a set of norms, values, behaviors, and a personality characteristics achieved to the status. Attached to the status means role and status are interrelated. Role is the work duty given to the person according to his status in society. According to your role, your duties are decided. Status and role have very close relationship. If you follow your role neatly and honestly, then only your status will be respected. When a person have two or three roles, duties, then it becomes difficult for that person to do all that role neatly or patiently. So this leads to the conflict of roles or clashes of roles. Conflict or roles or clashes of roles means when you have two or three roles, then sometimes it becomes difficult to follow that roles. Then it is known as clash of roles or conflict of roles.